Hello, everyone. How are we doing? I haven't spoken about any of this card at all, really. But I thought I'd jump on and I had some time, so I thought, let's go. David, already in the chat, mate. Big up. How are you? Where's my... Let me just get all my things going. That doesn't look like it's working. Oh, I know why. I mess this up every time. There we go. Hello, David. How are you, mate? Or you want a non-biased scorecards? Well, if I had the ability to help you with that, I would. I'm not scoring the Baumgartner fight because I've just come on. It's just started, and I'm sort of trying to get the stream set up while I'm looking at the same time. So we'll definitely score the Taylor Serrano fight, though. I like Baumgartner. I think she's a good fighter. Yeah, I'm all right, mate. It's I'm pretty tired today. I won't lie. I'm excited for the boxing this weekend, but especially next weekend. Next weekend's where it's really at, isn't it? With Dubois and Usyk. Oh, 202 Ultra, big up, mate. David and 202 Ultra, you two are some of the biggest supporters of the channel. I don't think it goes unnoticed. It definitely goes noticed. Yeah, mate, I wasn't planning on doing one. To be honest with you, most of the time with live streams, they're fairly impromptu with me. I just see an opportunity if I get time in my schedule and I jump on. So that's what we're doing. I'm actually just going to get my scorecard set up, though, while we're chatting. And yeah, if you want to get any questions in, guys, just chuck them in. We can talk about whatever while waiting for the main event. It's hot in Ireland, is it? Yeah, it's freezing in Melbourne. Well, it's actually quite nice. It's fresh. The sun's out today, at least. Not in my cave, it's not, but... Serrano is from Puerto Rico, isn't it? And the Puerto Rican flag. Do I have a Puerto Rican flag in my thing? That is the Puerto Rican flag. I thought that was Cuba. Am I right? I hope I haven't got that wrong. So I'm just set on my scorecard, guys, to give you the full picture. Is that the right one? You know how some of those South American flags can be very, very similar? Blue triangle with a white star. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. And then Ireland for Taylor, of course. It's quite nice having it on Netflix, though, isn't it? I'm hopeful that there's going to be more boxing on Netflix moving forward. The Zone's obviously fine, but it's just the reach you get. Everything's bigger. All the reactions are bigger. The views are bigger, and there's just more interest. The last Taylor Serrano fight, I did a video after the fight. And it did really good views at the time for the channel, and yeah, it's great having boxing on Netflix, isn't it? Big up Chris Gray. Big up Fight Sport Talk. Yeah. I mean, I think the last event was just a lot bigger, though, wasn't it? They can manage events of this size. I don't know how many people are even going to come on for this, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to watch the fight anyway, so... Chris Gray says he hopes Netflix gets a deal done with the UFC. I don't care about UFC, mate. Sorry to say. I'm not interested. It's not my vibe. Just boxing for me. Tourist Ultra says, how have you all felt about Ward as a commentator? I thought he was decent until Green Point deduction. I've not been watching, so people need to get their thoughts on that. Overall, I think Andre Ward's a super smart boxing brain. He says a lot of cool stuff. I think he might be a better analyst than he is commentator. I think he's a very, very good analyst. Good at giving those little tips and tricks, and he was such a technical fighter. It does make sense that would be the case. I'll tell you what, though, we can chat about, guys, as well as the tactical analysis for Dubois and Usyk, because I think, it was a long video that I made, and I'd love to chat with people about what I saw, but I also think that there was probably more stuff I could have put in there, but, you're always trying to not make it too long, whilst also offering value of what you do talk about. But, yeah. David says Netflix is good for the other fights, but they have no interest in other fights. Super fights, sorry, but they have no interest in other fights. Yeah, but I hope they take more fights, though. That's what I'm saying. I hope they take more. David said, I didn't realize Dubois didn't block shots until you said it. I felt so stupid for not realizing. Mate, honestly, I said it in the video, and I wasn't just saying it to gas the thing up. Like, I was genuinely shocked when I realized. I was like, hang on a second. He doesn't ever block. He just doesn't block. Because I was trying to be logical and think through, and I was like, this guy gets hit. But also, when he fought Usyk the first time, he was just biting on all his feints, and I was like, that's why he gassed so much and got stopped. It's that mental fatigue that gets to you, and that's why he quit, I believe. And as soon as I realized why it was, I was like, okay, every time Usyk feints, he move. Why does he always move? Well, because that's how he defends. That's the only way he defends. You know, either he's dipping his head or moving off the line, throwing a shot, or moving his legs back and forth, which is the main way he does it. And even in the other fights he's had recently, that's still how he defends. And you saw, that's why he got hit so much against Hrgovic. And the Joshua one was just so disappointing because AJ wanted time and space to counter, and he looked very anxious. He didn't find his timing. And, you know, it's mad to say it, but if I hadn't seen that fight, I'd still pick Joshua to beat him today because I look at Dubois and I just think a guy that can punch like Joshua should have a lot of fun with him. But it's the foot speed that's the issue, isn't it? So I probably wouldn't pick him. But, you know, you can be very, very... This is why styles make fights in boxing, because you can be very, very good at one thing. And for most big, strong guys, Dubois is a nightmare because his feet are faster than theirs. But his feet are fast and he relies on them so much, but he hasn't got faster feet than Usyk. So everything says to me, without making an official prediction, that Usyk should win. But it's the intangibles. It's the, has Usyk slipped? How much better is Dubois? Can Dubois just not box him and just go in there and just try and take him out, which is what we want a lot of these heavyweights to try and do anyway. And, you know, guys like AJ and Fury don't have the gas tank that Dubois does, so he's got a chance, no question. The difference is, he needs to get hit. When he gets hit, he needs to keep coming forward. And that's what he showed in the Hrgovic fight that he can do. Yeah, it's on Netflix, mate. Sorry, I just saw that. Big up Josh Byfield in the chat as well. Got all the regulars in. Great to see. I love it. Only 12 people in the chat right now. It makes me think that, I don't know how much interest there is for this one. It's interesting. But I'm watching either way, so I don't care. David says the Talma might just ice Dubois in 18 months. I mean, it's an interesting one, isn't it? He has a lot of the attributes Usyk has. He probably punches a fair bit harder. I don't think he has the boxing IQ Usyk has, but Dubois could also hit him, you know? Dubois could pressure him like he's never been pressured. I think one of the biggest problems with Dubois as well is the punch mechanism. You know, I showed it in the video. He doesn't really punch that straight. Yeah, it's mad. 202 says, if I stream tomorrow, you have a big chat. Yeah, I'm planning to wake up early here to do Balanga against Shiraz. I'll schedule that before I go to bed tonight so people know it's on. Should be an interesting one. Nice card as well. But, you know, honestly, you guys know this. I'm not a massive women's boxing enthusiast just because the strength of depth isn't there to see regular high contests. But because this is a good fight, we know it's good because we've seen it multiple times. I'll cover it, but I think the biggest issue for me with women's boxing is it's too similar to amateur boxing for me. The 2-minute rounds mean it's just kind of like... That's why Katie Taylor's adapted so well to the pro game, is because that's why Amanda Serrano wants those 3-minute rounds so badly, is because it's just all-out war for 2 minutes. It kind of favors speed and stamina and constant output as opposed to setting actual traps. And 10 2-minute rounds, it's difficult to knock someone out in a 2-minute round, I have to say, unless you land that perfect shot. Oh, we're getting the spam. If we've got any moderators, and David, you're a moderator, aren't you? Thank you, bro. Chainsaw says, Johan just got back in from the piss. When is Taylor fighting? After this one, mate. So this is in round 4 of 10. They're 2-minute rounds, so it won't be very long. Maybe half an hour. .202 Ultra says, paying back King of Cat Henry debt bit by bit. What do you mean? Henry King of Cats. Why? Oh, the $20. I remember that. I'm gonna take a photo of that and send it to him. He'll love that. My mate's just messaged me as well. Tom asking me to give him a Katie Taylor voice note. I don't think, Tom, if you're watching, I can do it on stream because people will be wildly offended by my Katie Taylor impression. But the idea is to be very, very breathy. Katie Taylor. That sort of thing. No one's going to like me doing that. But anyway, yeah, that's my awful Katie Taylor impression. Josh says, can't wait for tomorrow night's card. Was very disappointed with Shiraz last time. I hope he is as good as I thought he is. And I think we will all find out tomorrow. Yeah, it's actually... I made that video saying I thought it was a bit of a weird fight, but it is actually a good opponent to find out how good of a boxer Shiraz actually is. But like I said in the video, I'm not actually sure how good Balanga is. So, yeah. It doesn't necessarily teach me much about either man because I don't know how good either of them is. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, 202 Ultra. I'm going to just pull that. I'm going to put it on the screen. Yeah. That guy should pay me, though. I cooked him dinner years ago, and he never cooked me dinner once. For context, I live with a guy. You're my best mate. 202 Ultra says, Fundora is up and coming, but I feel like Taylor is definitely on downslope. I'll still watch all her fights. Yeah, man. She's definitely in decline. How could she not be with the age she's at? But she's a good athlete. She's stayed fit and in shape, and she's good. She's a good boxer. This could be the last one, though. We don't know. I think it's great that she's making some money, though, before the end of her career. I've not been watching this Baumgardner fight at all, actually. But Baumgardner's probably the one boxer who's a female that I watched, and I'm actually quite excited by her performances because she does seem to have some power. Was it, what's her name? Who did she absolutely batter from the UK? I know, I can picture her face in my head, but I can't remember her name. But she's an exciting fighter, but then she obviously failed that PED test, didn't she? So, actually, that's a video I'm going to do, guys, I think, if I can find anything interesting. But I want to do a video about the snack program, because everyone's talking about that in the build-up to this Crawford fight. And I also want to do a video about the Reynoso gym. Like, kind of do like an investigative journalism piece on those gyms. But I need to find, on those things, sorry, but I need to find, good insights, because at the minute, I'm researching it, and it's hard to find any actual expose stuff. Yeah, Terry Harper, that's the one. That's exactly the one. Chainsaw says, have you noticed Hatman don't even acknowledge female boxing? Yeah, I don't think he likes it, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to like... this is the thing for me, right? It's actually a different sport because the rules are different. It's not 12 3-minute rounds, and I don't really like amateur boxing, and it's way more similar to amateur boxing. Also, the punch to power is not the same, so there's not as many knockouts. The jeopardy is not the same if you get things wrong. So, yeah, personally, I just don't view it as the same sport because it's not. And the depth of quality isn't there. Otherwise, there's no reason to not cover it or enjoy it. But yeah, there's loads of reasons why I don't really cover the female boxing. But also, it's because it's not my job to make that sport bigger. You know, I can't make it more worthwhile for me making videos about female boxing. That is for the powers that be to promote the sport more, and then I can make videos about it because I can make videos about things that are doing well, that are popular. I can't make something popular with my videos. You know, not big enough for that yet. Might never be big enough for that. David says, Fedora has great potential if she steamrolls the other divisions. Yeah, she looks... I've seen little bits of her. She does look talented. Glenn R says, I really hope the referee pulls up Taylor if she uses her head like she did in the last fight. That was disgraceful. I mean, I made a video about that. I feel that it is a technical deficiency rather than it being a deliberate ploy. I actually thought Taylor won the last fight. I scored it for her. I haven't rewatched it since then, but watching it live, I scored it for Taylor. And a lot of people scored it for Serrano, but I know there was some pros who watched it back and then scored it for Taylor. But yeah, I didn't. I thought she won the last fight. So I would need to watch it back to say that with absolute confidence. But I usually am pretty comfortable with my first scoring of a fight, so I don't really feel the need to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think Serrano won that fight. I think I had it by a couple of rounds. I don't remember exactly how I scored it. 202 says the Reynoso gym popping every damn fighter. I mean, I can tell you now, I did a bit of research into who's actually pops in that gym. It's not as many as people think, but there's a lot of fighters that are affiliated with it. Let's have a look on my notes. So we've got Canelo Alvarez, Oscar Valdez. That's 2. We've got Julio Cesar Rey Martinez. That's 3. We've got another guy whose doping violation occurred in 2017 called Luis Pantera Neri, but that was before he trained under Eddie Reynoso, apparently. So that one doesn't technically count, but it is someone else who's in that gym who's failed PED tests. Ryan Garcia, again, he left Reynoso before he failed that test in 2024. So you can't really say hit Ryan Garcia. Jaime Munguia, yes, that's a recent one. That's 4 fighters. And then Francisco Rodriguez Jr. recently, that's 5 fighters basically that have failed tests in the Reynoso gym, and then a couple that are affiliated with the gym that have failed either before or after. So, yeah, it's a bit damning, isn't it? So yeah, I'm considering making that video. It's just so much on at the minute. I'm so busy right now, but yeah, I'm off back to the UK in a couple of weeks, so yeah, I got a lot to do. I've got this new client, so I'm doing a lot of filming for them at the moment, and so I can edit while I'm away. It means I can't get my usual rate of video out, but you know, it's important that I stick with that because you know I've got to keep the channel up at the same time as doing it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's a difficult balance, but we'll get it right. Josh says you could tell the bloke that batted Galal was on the sauce. I mean, he did look. I've seen it a few times where these guys have come over and out of nowhere had these massive performances. Yeah, it didn't look great, did it? Yeah, that's what I said. That's correct. Garcia was with Derek James, indeed. I mean, I suppose the argument would be that if they've failed before and then they've joined him, you could speculate that it is therefore they could be joining that camp because they might think, oh, this is a place where I can do this, basically. Or if they've left, they might have taken something with them from that camp. That is purely a speculation. I'm not making those criticisms. I'm not making those accusations. I'm just saying that the logic would be, how does that relate to him? But there's no evidence to suggest that that's the case. And yeah, the snack thing, as King Carlos says, it's the supplement company linked to the gym to Victor Conte. I want to do a video about that because everyone's talking about snack all the time. King Carlos says Dr. Usman. I think it's Dr. Usman Sajjad. Yeah, I actually DM'd him on Instagram. I asked him if he wanted to do a piece with me, and he declined. He just basically said to me he hadn't done anything wrong, and he didn't want to talk about it, which is completely fair enough. And I just said to him I thought it'd be good if we could, because I want to do a piece about all the fighters that had worked with him, and I wanted to kind of speculate whether or not, you know, this is a guy who has been treated really unfairly, who, at the end of the day, is just a fan of these fighters. Maybe their doctor in some instances, but hasn't necessarily advised them on how to cheat the system, or whether there's a pattern of, you know, systematic cheating that he's been involved with. It would have been really interesting to talk to him. I'd still extend that invitation to him anytime he feels like he wants to talk about it. But I may still do that video. I haven't decided yet, but there's just been other things coming up. But because of all the pictures of him with fighters and stuff, I mean, Tyson Fury even shared him the other day. There is sort of that question mark around him. And he might just be an unfortunate victim of the fact that he's shared all these photos with these fighters and he's been the doctor for certain fighters and all that. Maybe he has absolutely nothing to do with it. So I sort of feel for the guy in a way if he hasn't done anything. But at the same time, I don't really know. He doesn't think that talking about it could clear his name, but I think in that instance, being as honest and transparent as you can is probably the best way forward if you don't have anything to hide. But that's his call, how best to handle it. Josh Barfield says, that's the bloke picture of Dennis McCann. Yeah, so he was with McCann as well. Chainsaw says, do you think Usyk will suddenly get old overnight? No, I don't. I don't have any reason to believe that will be the case. He may have slowed down a bit, though. He may have slowed down enough for Dubois to do something. But do I think he's slowed down? Nah, nothing indicates it. Nothing indicates he'll go old overnight. King Carl says he deleted all his old accounts after Ben popped. Yeah, he deleted that podcast and stuff that he had, but the clips were already out there of him talking about how you can cheat. David says, I think McCann failing was the nail in the coffin for Dr. Usman. Yeah, I mean, I still hope to talk to him. I still hope he'll come on and give me a shot to tell his story and give him a fair go of it, because, it's not... He might have done nothing wrong. It could just be complete coincidence. I think it'd be good if he could... put his story out there. I've not really been watching this fight too closely, but it looks like Miranda's actually doing quite well. And I promise you I'll give you better analysis than that for the main event. I'll watch that one properly and I'll score it in that, but... Turo says, Usyk is a pro in the fact that he keeps in boxing shape out of camp, so his camps aren't like a lot of other fighters use it as a fat camp. Yep, very true. He's a consummate professional. He's a top-level athlete. Best fighter in the world for me. Best fighter in the world for me. It doesn't mean he can't lose, but... It'd be nice for his legacy for him to retire undefeated, because he doesn't really need to do any of this. He already beat Dubois. The best Usyk always beats the best Dubois for me, no matter what. I think the best Usyk beats them all. I don't subscribe to this chat that the best Tyson Fury beats the best Usyk because he's a big guy. I think Usyk just is better than Tyson Fury. I think he's so much better defensively. It's actually Fury's size that allows him to be a more unorthodox fighter. If he was smaller doing what he does, he'd get knocked out all the time because he uses his length and his reach a lot of the time. He loses his height. It's a massive component of what makes him so good. He's in range when you're not, But he's a very good boxer, Tyson Fury. It's just I think Usyk's elite. Absolutely elite. Is Fury elite? Yeah, he's elite, but I guess there's even levels to being elite, isn't there? David says, Usyk beat Fury twice, while Usyk was maybe 50% of himself. Why'd you say 50% of himself, mate? I think he was pretty up there for those fights. I'd say he'd maybe slip like 5% from the AJ fight, the first AJ fight. That first AJ fight, oh my God, he was disgusting. He was so good. Apparently, the Taylor Serrano fight is in 8 minutes for anyone who's wondering. Yeah, I know, mate. Loads of bots. I'll make Josh a moderator as well, so you've got another person who can help with it if Josh doesn't mind. But yeah. Where is everybody, by the way? Are people up in the morning early for this one? Because it's 10 to 4 in the UK, isn't it? David says you could argue Usyk's decline started when he moved up. You could argue it, but I think he's pretty damn good still, man. King Carlos is in Leeds. Big up, lad. I know Yorkshire very well. I went to school in Yorkshire. I went to uni in Manchester, so not far from you. Had a few nights out in Leeds. Dated a girl for a little bit from Leeds. Fucking top city. Very similar to Manchester, to be honest. Very, very similar. Great night out, though, back in the day. I don't know what it's like now, but when I was at uni, I was in uni 2010 to 2013. It was a great laugh. You used to live in Rochdale. I'm not actually sure where Rochdale is. See, this fight right here, though, is an example of why these 2-minute rounds work for the women, because you can see that the pace in this fight is not. They look knackered. It's like round 9, and they've only been doing 2-minute rounds. That's 18 minutes. That's what? 6 rounds in a men's fight? You wouldn't expect them to be this gassed after 6 rounds. Ethan says, what age did you start uni? I think I was 19. I took a year off before I went to save some money first. So I think I was 19, yeah. Like I turned 20 in my first year of uni. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that must be right. David says, I hate the concept of 3-minute rounds for women. Yeah, but it also makes the sport just like never gonna, it just means it's never gonna be quite as good because you need time. You need time to set traps in professional boxing. 2-minute rounds, just, you can't do it the same way. Maybe 12 rounds. Maybe that'd be better. I don't know. Josh Byfield says, I don't think 3-minute rounds, but I don't mind 3-minute rounds, sorry, but only for the very elite fighters. Yeah, maybe. King Carlos says, Hyde Park or Headingley? I know Hyde Park in London, if that's what you mean. Ethan says, you started at uni at 22 and everyone says you're old. Are you still at uni now, mate? I mean, you're not old. You're a couple of years older than them. I mean, was I much more mature at 22 than I was at 20? Not really. Not really, to be honest. It's probably pretty similar. Crazy X-Man, big up, my bro. Hope you're good, man. King Carl says, it's where the students live in Leeds. Oh, right. Sorry, got you. I don't remember, man. I don't remember the names of any of the areas I went. I just remember I went to a night at the student union called Fruity. And it was in, like, the union at Leeds was incredible. It had all these different rooms. It was an absolutely cracking night out. I used to actually like going out, you know. Now I can't think of anything worse than going clubbing. I don't mind. I like going to the pub. I don't mind going to a bar with some music and stuff. I absolutely despise clubs. It's just, I mean, in Australia, they're a lot more chill, to be fair. Back in the UK, they're an absolute nightmare. Like, it's just, everybody just wants to scrap or try and pull. And, like, why would I be in there at this age doing that stuff? David says, I'm the opposite. Give the prospects 3-minute rounds. That means I don't have to watch them. Ethan says, going into second year in Aberystwyth in Wales, if you've ever heard of it. I haven't heard of it. I have heard of Aberystwyth, actually. I think I took a train there once. I can't remember where I was going. King Carl says, people are different these days. Too much trouble. What do you mean, mate? People are different these days. Too much trouble. What do you mean? But yeah, no, Manchester was brilliant. I don't know if any of you have been on a night out in Manchester before, but that's the end of the fight. Miranda thinks she's won. Yeah, Manchester was epic. And I then did a degree in London after that, like a postgrad thing. And I did another postgrad in Edinburgh. But Edinburgh, when you're a student, when you're that age, it's one of the best places to go out in the world. It's so safe. It's so fun. It's so easy. You can walk everywhere. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, if you get a group of lads together, a group of mates, head to Edinburgh, just go around all the pubs. It's great. It's such a great city. It's just not really that livable because there's not enough work. It's quite a small population. So you'll finish the apps in about 10 minutes. But it's great city. I lived there for about 7 years on and off, and I was ready to leave big time, but yeah. What do you mean, King Carlos? What do you mean? How's it different? David says, I can never take Balanga seriously. Imagine throwing an entire parade in your city because you lost the 12 rounds versus Canelo. Yeah, I didn't know he did that, but that is weak. I'm not really a Balanga fan. I don't care about his personality. I think he's trying to sell fights, and that's fine. Good for him. But I'm not going to give someone props for selling a fight. Just do what you need to do. I just would rather see him improve as a boxer. I think he's rushed his development. I don't think. I think he needs. I think he needs a different coaching setup, to be honest. Unless they're asking him to do things, he's just not doing them. Because I just don't see. I said this. I don't see a clear style. I think he's got the talent to have a really good style. He's got a really good jab. He doesn't use it enough. He's got great legs. He uses them in a weird way. He's almost trying to be a pocket fighter, but he doesn't have the concentration or the defensive reflexes to do it. Crazy X-Man has been to Manchester. Great crowd of boxing fans there. Went there January as a 20-year-old. One of the best times of my life. That's epic, bro. I've not been back for years. I've not been in Manchester since 2013. But great memories. Josh says, best night out I had was in Rochester. Good if you prefer a quieter night out. Nice, I can imagine. Bethaniel thinks Miranda won. David thinks he could last 12 rounds against that version of Canelo. I just do a William Skull. You must have great legs, mate. You must be a real athlete. I'm going to go and grab another drink in a second, guys. I'm absolutely starving. I had some toast, but I've not eaten anything else yet today. Josh says, anyone think Crawford can hurt Canelo? I mean, I think he'll be able to hurt him enough to keep it competitive for a while. But ultimately, I think Canelo will be able to punch while he punches. But what I will say is, people keep talking about the Madrimov fight, but I actually think that the Madrimov fight is an example of the kind of style that Crawford will struggle with because he's got those fast feet. Canelo's feet are slow. Baumgardner won. Crazy X-Man says he's also Puerto Rican. None of them claim Balanga. yeah. I've not seen any Puerto Ricans really claiming Balanga. David says all this Tom and Jerry crap started because Canelo can't cut the ring off anymore. Even says I can't believe I fell for you taking a pic with Conor Benn. You do it like Tom Holland, mate. I never got it when I lived in the UK, and it was before I grew my hair out. When I had like short back and sides, and fairly short on top. I always had a bit of hair, but I always used to. I never got compared to anybody since I grew this out. I get Tom Holland, Tom Hiddleston. I get Jeremy Allen White, who's the guy from The Bear. I've had Begbie from Train Spotting. I get so many, and it's literally just because I'm English. I have a jawline to an extent, and I have long hair. That's literally all it is. So it's funny though. But yeah, I mean, I'm not unhappy about it. Like I said, shows growing the hair out was the right decision. It was an ex of mine who encouraged me to do it, and she was right. So thank you for that. 202 says, I don't think Crawford can hurt Canelo. It's whether he can outbox him with how much slower Canelo looked recently. You are right, mate, but he's still going to have to hurt him enough that Canelo can't just run at him, you know? King Carl says, all Mexicans have fast hands, slow feet. Do I agree with that? I think Benavidez has got pretty good feet, but I suppose he's American, isn't he? Mexican-American. He is Mexican, isn't he? Mexican-American. Bibby. What's Bibby? All right, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just going to get a drink. All right, main event's coming up. I've got sausage as well. Cold sausage. Unbelievable. I'm going to mute myself while All right, I'm back. Need some energy. 202 Ultra says, going against Serrano wins it in this one. Says his track record is awful. I'm not sure. Wait, sorry guys, 2 seconds. I'll be back. Matthew Jess, big up. I need to floss my teeth. Hang on. All right, now I'm back. Sorry about that. Ugh. Main event incoming. I mean, I'm going to go for Katie Taylor, to be honest with you, because I think she won the last two. I don't think she's slowed down so much she's going to lose. Although, maybe she has. Well, how old's Serrano? Serrano's 36. It ain't like she's a spring chicken herself. I think Katie Taylor will win. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't. I thought she won the last fight. I thought she won the first fight, so... Kevin Hart's ringside. Wow. Does anybody else not care about what celebrities think about fights? I literally couldn't care less what Kevin Hart thinks about this fight. Just let him enjoy it and don't ask his opinion. Matthew, love that you're doing more live streams lately, Henry. I'm trying to live stream everything. Trying to live stream all the fights. We'll do one tomorrow for Balanga. We'll definitely be... Next weekend's going to be crazy. I'm going to be live streaming 3 fights next weekend. Basically, we've got the UK card early Sunday morning for me. Then we're going to go straight into the US card. It's going to be nuts. Is there any content, by the way, guys? Because, like, while there's only 28 of you in here, but I know some of you are massive hardcores of the channel, to be fair. Is there anything you guys want that I'm not doing right now? I mean, I feel like I'm really happy with the balance of the content right now. I feel like I've finally found my style for all the different things. I feel like we've got the sort of story, like, analysis videos when a fight gets made. We've got the tactical breakdowns when a fight's coming up. We've got the psychology stuff. Looking for different stories, doing like investigative pieces, like the one with the Crawford Canelo fight. That video's done great. I really feel like I've found a nice balance with the channel. Then doing the live streams as well, then post-fight reaction videos, prediction videos. I would love to do more documentaries, like I did with the Kell Brook one, but they take a really, really long time to make. And I was planning to try and do one every 2 weeks. Sorry, 2 months. But it's really time consuming, and there's so many good videos I can make at the moment. Yeah, but if there is anything that people have in mind or anything about the way I'm doing it people don't like, whether that's how I introduce videos, whether it's the pacing, if there's anything you don't like, tell me because I may not change anything, but it's good to know what is and isn't working. Feedback from you guys is really important, and I want you to at least know that I listen and take it on board, and then I'll think about whether or not it's something I can actually change or whether it's just, how I am or whatever. Davis says, do what you want. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Carlos says, formula works, just be as consistent as you can. Yeah, that is true, and I try to be, mate. Definitely, last week didn't make as many videos as I wanted to, but we still got 2 done, so that was the main thing. We're live streaming now. Matthew thinks the balance is spot on, professional, easy to watch. That's the aim, mate. Josh says, think this channel is mustard already, mate. Maybe do some collaborations. Yeah, so the collaborations is a good point. I'm gonna try and go down to London in August. I'm hoping to collab with Proper Boxing. We spoke and he's keen to do something if we can make it work. Ade told me a while ago he was really keen to do something, but he's been so busy I've not been able to get anything organized with him. So I'll let him know when I'm there, but I doubt we'll get anything done. But I like collaborating with Ade, I do. And then could be fun to do something with G-Man. I don't know. At the same time, I don't. Well, yeah, I just need to think about what the right moves are. But yeah, I'm open to collaborating with anybody where it's worth a worthwhile time investment. Basically, sometimes people ask me to collaborate with channels that are a lot smaller, and whilst I don't have any problem jumping on their channel, like if they just said let's do a video call, whatever, let's talk. I don't have any issue with that as long as it doesn't take up too much of my time. But then I can't then necessarily return the favor and have them on mine because I've got a content schedule I've got to keep up with. And I don't know if I'd have time to post a video with someone who wasn't going to like necessarily push things forward, if that makes sense. It sounds harsh, but because my own videos are doing really well at the moment, they're growing and they're getting big pushes. I know that that's actually quite fragile. I know that that's not going to stay the same unless I make the right moves. So that was a very long-winded answer, but basically, yeah, I like the idea of doing some more collaborations. It would be nice to get some more boxes on. I actually had I won't say what we talk about, but I had Alois Jr. actually DM me recently, and he seems like a great lad, actually. But yeah, it'd be great to get more boxes on the channel, and I'd love to do some kind of tactics show with the fighters where we just talk about tactics of a fight, what was going on in the ring, and really keep it sporting rather than talking about crap. 202 says, don't burn yourself out is most important. You got to stick around as a boxing channel. Mate, I'm not going anywhere. Don't you worry about that. I enjoy it far too much to go anywhere. I'm too motivated. I like it. It just works for me, man. It works for my personality. I want to grow it to the point where it could be a full-time thing, basically. And then you'll just get so much more value out of me. The reason it's grown well is because I have almost treated it like a full-time thing in periods where I've not had a client to work with or whatever. But yeah, I think I'll still be able to do 3 videos a week, roughly. That's the aim. Matthew says, I'd love analysis of the fighters' mindsets before fights, which I know you do anyway. Yeah, I do enjoy those, man. If there's a good interview. There's not always something to analyze, though, and they're not doing as many face-offs, which I'm a bit disappointed about. Piers Morgan's getting a lot of them now, and I just don't think he marshals them well. It's too much about him, and I just feel like his questions aren't that effective. 89 Hatters said, really enjoyed the Dubois breakdown. Thank you, bro. I'm pleased. Crazy X-Man says, maybe more US breakdowns, ban Pacheco plant. Excuse me. Yeah, for sure. It's really just about how big the events are, mate. You know, if there's a big fight at 168 involving, well, Pacheco and Plant fought, for example, then I would definitely be breaking them down. The only reason I'm not done Bam is because I don't know enough about the lightweight classes, as I've said before. I have definitely reacted to Bam, and I do think he's absolutely spectacular as a boxer. As soon as he's in a big fight and it's worth doing a tactical breakdown, I'll do it. But the thing is, they are very time-consuming, those tactical analysis videos, and I don't mind doing them. I love doing them, but you know, I don't want to make a tactical analysis video and then it gets like a couple of thousand views. It's just about where I invest my time, mate, basically. But if he's in a big fight, absolutely. Josh says Proper, Addy, and G-Man are all great. Look, guys, if there's anybody that you would like me to collaborate with, I would suggest that you message them about it, because a lot of them are bigger than me, and they kind of need to be encouraged to do it. You know, it's not like you know, If I was getting a lot of like that's why Ade and G-Man started working together because everyone was asking for it. Everyone was asking Ade for those collabs. So if people really want it, then yeah, get on those channels and let them know. But Carl says G-Man, yeah, me and G-Man will definitely do something at some point. I'm absolutely sure. Matthew says it must be tricky to balance your career with the YouTube. So the fact you're so consistent already is great. I mean, I work for myself, so in theory it should be fine. But it can be tricky. It can be tricky. Matthew says, do you think you record videos back home in the UK? 100%, mate. I treat this like a job now. This is, I have my stuff I do with my client, and then I have this, and that's how I'm doing it. This is a job. I'm absolutely committed to making this channel massive, and I think I'm so motivated at the moment because you see the views the videos are doing right now. It's right up where I was a year. I mean, I started back exactly a year ago in July, which is mad to say. The growth's been crazy, so I'm really happy with it, and the average views have gone up so much lately. Beth says Serrano fight's quite similar to Errol Spence. I never really thought about that. Maybe. Josh also says Lawrence Asweke would be a great one to have on. You both have very similar styles of presenting content. Would be a very analytical chat. Yeah, man. Let him know. Let him know you want it. He did actually. He commented on one of my videos recently. Excuse me. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. I'd be up for collabing with him. But again, like, I really need to go on their channels. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all very well and good me sort of inviting them on mine, but like to what end, you know? And I've already got a content schedule that's quite busy, so I'm happy to jump on other people's channels for collaboration. Because it doesn't take that long, but if I'm doing it, I've got to edit the video. You know what I mean? So well, David, Piers Morgan gets the interviews because he's got the reach. Turo says, if you do a documentary again, idea I had was the history and current state of Australian boxing scene. I hadn't thought about that. I love that idea. I don't know how big it would be. I'd have to find an angle for it. Probably something around Jaya Pattaya or someone who's big, you know? If I could actually get Sky Nicholson and Jaya Pattaya and people like that involved, then it would probably do really well. Get Justice Hooney involved. It's entirely possible, but I'd have to go around filming and stuff. I don't think I could do one that was like, well, maybe I could do one that was just myself. Yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe a country's, a nations-based documentary series would be cool. Like State of Boxing in the UK, State of Boxing in Australia, and then you put the year, and then every year I could do an update. That's a great idea. It's just time. It's just time, like everything. But that is a sick idea. Joshua says, if Taylor wins, we need the Cameron trilogy as they're both 1-1. Yeah, it'd be nice. I don't think she'll fight Cameron again. Oh, my stream seems to have crashed on Netflix. King Carl says, G-Man's a cool guy. I bet he would. Yeah, he's messaged me saying we should collab. So we can definitely get it done. The only issue is going to be if we do it in person, I don't think he's got a set or anything. So we'll have to see. Crazy X-Man says, Wade Plem. So Wade's been on my channel commenting before. And he said he was keen to collab at the time. But I did DM him and he never got it. So yeah, I don't know if that'll happen, to be fair. And you know, he I mean, to be fair to Wade, like coming on my channel probably doesn't do a lot for him. Me going on his channel would do a lot for me. Does it do much for him having me on? Probably not. So yeah, collaborations are weird, guys. They're really weird. Unless you build out a mutual situation where you're both benefiting from like a podcast, maybe you start a channel together or something, it's difficult. I still want to have a podcast. Again, it's fitting in. I had a guy I wanted to do it with, who some of you might have heard of. I'll just say, because I don't think it's going to happen. He's called Craig Scott. Scotsman, very, very funny, very, very knowledgeable. Was a boxing writer for ages. Walked away from it. But we actually did a podcast together back in my flat in Edinburgh for an episode. And he's just great. He just says exactly what he thinks. He's funny. He's really intelligent. And when I'm doing this, look, I'm not an unfunny person, but like my priority is not to be funny when I'm doing this. My priority is to try and be as objective about boxing as possible. So I think adding someone who is just naturally like a comedic person. I was actually a signed comedy scriptwriter. I'll have you know, people. You probably didn't know that about me, but Craig is actively pursuing a career as a comedian. And I just think he'd be brilliant. So yeah. Josh says never heard of Wade Plem. He is Wade Concept, who has his own YouTube channel and he does a lot of stuff with the ring now. King Carl says MMA Guru went 4 years before he started to grow. MMA Guru, I don't really know who he is. I've seen pictures of him and stuff. And my mate who does an MMA channel, Alex on MMA, he actually just restarted his channel, guys, if you like MMA. So if you type in Alex on MMA 1 as one word, it should come up. I know about him because of him, is what I'm trying to say. Main event coming up. Should I get my clock on as well? Ethan says, have you ever heard of Elusive 2.0? Yeah, he asked me to collaborate a few times. He asked me to. Again, like I'm happy to jump on his channel when I've got time, but my issue has just been I've not had time to have him on. Which I think he wanted to do, like, you know, I'll go on his, he comes on mine sort of thing. Like I say, I really just don't have time to invite people on right now. But if people want to invite me on, I can do it. If there's time. Again, it's just time. Where's my clock? And also, I'm not quite sure what his setup is like because he does everything on his phone. So, how do I do this? Okay. Matthew says, mate, you should be really proud of the channel. We can all see how passionate you are and definitely translate to your videos. You create such a good community here. Thank you, bro. Yeah, no, I can feel the community is brilliant. It's really, really good. So happy with it. Is this 10 rounds? Chris says, who do you think wins out of Moses Atoma and Daniel Dubois? If I had to put money on it, without doing a massive technical breakdown, right now you have to go with Dubois just because he's fought at the higher level and he's shown more. I can predict that Itama will carry up through the levels. I think he's got the right style to beat Dubois, but Dubois could just completely overwhelm him, just could completely dominate him for all I know. Itama might not know what to do if Dubois really sticks it on him, so I think you'd have to say Dubois, but it's only because I've not seen Itama at a high enough level yet. But that's if I'm putting my money on it, I'd probably go with Dubois just now. Starting soon, mate. Starting in a couple of minutes. 202 says, got to keep G-Man from burping in intros when you do the collab. G-Man is great, though, just ripping him. Yeah, I think we all found that funny. And I also think G-Man's quite smart because he left that in, right? And I never would have, but I think it got a lot of engagement, right? So he's even mentioned it, which makes me think, yeah. Wade started doing wrestling streams and got really popular in influencer boxing. I didn't realize he started in wrestling. David said, Wade's a good guy, but his audience is for the kids who are into YouTube boxing. Well, as long as he gets them into boxing, that's the most important thing. 89 Hat says, Junior Farr. I have actually noticed Junior Farr's doing some reels and stuff, isn't he? I followed him recently. I think I'd collab with Junior Farr. Definitely. Please bang a like on the stream if you're in here, guys. Only 40 of you, but every little like counts. Matthew says, Lawrence Sweke from True Geordie's Pain Game is a great watch. Current pro and boxer. Yeah, I know Lawrence. Yeah, he's good. Knows his stuff. Couldn't listen to bias commentary on Netflix, so I came here. Well, we'll see if I can do a bit better for you then. Do you think Chris Eubank Jr. has a chance of beating Canelo? No. No. I think he has a 20% chance of beating Canelo. Maybe 10. I think it's that bad. I think Eubank Jr. is an awful. He's got the worst style to fight Canelo. I think Canelo's an awful opponent for him, style-wise. All right, here we go. Ethan says, I get the feeling if Usyk wins next week, Fury will jump in the ring and demand a trilogy. Then if Usyk doesn't take it, the narrative will be he is ducking, unfortunately. Maybe. I hope not. The only fighter... I mean, I'd love to see a Parker fight because I just think it would be a good fight. The only fighter in the world that I wonder if he can beat Usyk is Kabayel. Outside of him, there's nobody that I really think can challenge Usyk. And I know this sounds crazy. The only other one that would really, really intrigue me is Atalma. Not because I think he's got enough experience, not because I think he'd win, but because it would be such an exciting, unknown wild card going into it. Because I don't think anybody else can beat him. So those two would be the most intriguing. I'm not saying Atalma would deserve it, but it'd be intriguing. Absolute Boxing, how's it going, mate? I'm all right, mate. How are you? It's going, you know? It's going as it goes. I'll be honest with you, I'm excited for this to finish so I can eat some food. I'm starving. Absolute Boxing says, I'm honestly so tired, I just want to sleep. The fact I know that, mate, tells me you ain't trying that hard. Get off my stream. Turo says, I don't think Kabayel will ever get a shot to unify all the belts. He just isn't a draw outside Germany, but I think he is best heavyweight aside from Usyk. Yeah, he won't. You're right. Unless the Saudis just invest in him. The Saudis are the key for everybody who's not got a massive live gate following. So you're on the UK, King Carlos. Yeah, you told me that. Yeah. Yeah, Absolute Boxing. Yeah, you need to get off my stream, mate. You need to go and get some shut eye. And I say that lovingly because I would like viewers. But it's not going to do any good, is it? Jack Catterall is fighting Ryan Garcia on a ring card. Laugh my ass off. Is he actually? Is that confirmed? Where'd you see that? If he does, he'll beat Ryan Garcia. For sure. Wow, that's a real rumor. Oh, Jamie Moore said, I don't think there's any chance of that fight happening. I think he's a bad skill matchup for Ryan Garcia. Josh says, I'm probably just worrying for Usyk because he is my favorite fighter and would hate for him to lose so much to anyone. Sorry, lose to anyone much. Much less someone vastly less skilled than him. Got you. UA says, what do you think it would take for you and a fan consensus as a whole to get more invested in lower weight classes? Feel like there's a lot of good action going amiss. Well, I personally will watch the smaller guys when there is... I'm way more inclined when it's someone who can knock guys out. But equally... And some of the talent is brilliant. And some of the boxing is fantastic. The thing is, because I'm spending so much time doing my channel right now, if it's not a significantly large fight, I'm probably not going to invest my time in it. Because I need to watch boxing so that I can make videos. You know, It's like there's some amazing British fights that get made. Like that one, for example, Conlan against Jack Bateson. Will I make videos about that? I'm really not sure if I will. And I know it's annoying, but there's just no point in me investing the little time that I have to do the channel in stuff like that. But like I said, as long as those weight classes get more attention and get bigger, then no problem. I think the Japanese are a big part in why those weight classes can be bigger, because they kind of rule those divisions. It's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I think as long as there's knockout power and knockout potential, there's no reason not to enjoy the smaller weight classes. The problem is when there's just no knockout potential, the risk is lowered that much. Absolute Boxing says, you're going to do a video on the Donovan Crocker 2 fight. I probably will, because it's for a world title. The first one had controversy. And I think it's quite interesting. Might even do something tactical on it, because it was quite easy. It's quite easy to break that one down from what I saw. Amanda Serrano dancing to the ring in a line of dancers, as you can all probably see on Netflix. First ever all-Irish world title. I didn't actually think of that. That's pretty cool. The thing is, I just don't think it'll be a good fight if Crocker doesn't massively improve. It's going to be rubbish, isn't it? Donovan will batter him. Crocker needs to come in with a whole new game plan, a whole new strategy, because he was shocking. Just sat in the pocket. He offered nothing. King Carl says, I wish they would just fight. We didn't have to watch this. I mean, it's quite a good spectacle, mate. I think this is the sort of thing that a lot of casual viewers will enjoy. Create some excitement. Builds them as characters. I think it's probably a good thing to have these ring walks, but I understand what you're saying. Actually a bit chilly. Probably because I've got a t-shirt on, but... Ethan says, who do you think would win if Wilder and Joshua fought now? Joshua. Easy, Joshua. Wilder without that power isn't shit. He's just not got... He hasn't got the skills to box, which is what he's now trying to do. And he's lost his athleticism to a degree. Enough that his right hand doesn't land the way it did. So I think Joshua would batter him. I think Joshua would just walk him down and beat him up. I really do. No comment. Who do I think is the best 154 at the moment? Good question. It's between Virgil Ortiz Jr. and... well, actually, no, I don't even think that, because I thought Bohachuk beat Virgil Ortiz Jr. It's between Virgil Ortiz Jr., Bohachuk, and Murtazaliev. It's a difficult one. Boots Ennis is up there now as well. Katie Taylor's walking to the ring. I think it's Bohachuk. I know that sounds a bit edgy and a bit different, but I thought he beat Virgil Ortiz Jr. I think he would beat Murtazaliev. And I think he would give Boots nightmares because of his work rate and his size. He looks unorthodox and a bit weird, but I really, really rate Serhii Bohachuk. Who do I think Wilder will fight next? He'll just fight the biggest opponent. He'll fight the biggest name he can. Who do I think he can get? Who do I think Wilder will fight next? Whoever pays the most, so... I mean, AJ it just makes sense, doesn't it? Joshua needs a win. Wilder needs a big name. Joshua Wilder just makes so much sense, doesn't it? They'd never fought each other. I think it makes sense. Do people think Wilder Joshua makes sense? I do. I wonder if this is Katie Taylor's last ring walk. Oh, yeah. He knocked him out, mate. Didn't Bohachuk knock out the guy from Leeds? I thought it was a pretty good knockout. David thinks Murtazaliev KOs Bohachuk. Fair enough. King Carl says 50 people, 20 likes. Give him a little like, lads. Yeah, it'd be nice. Be nice. But that's not a bad ratio, actually. It's a small stream, this one, but that's okay. Some good people in here. It's enjoyable. Josh Barfield says, Wilder Wardley. Yeah, I'd like that. I think it'd be a horrible watch, to be honest. Lots of jeopardy, but I think the boxing would be quite a low quality. I think Wardley's a better boxer than Wilder is, to be honest. Even thinks Wilder was struggling against Ngannou. Yeah, very possibly. How do I think Opetaia fares at heavyweight? I think he fares well at heavyweight. Well, it depends. You got to pick his opponents well. You need him in there against real plodders who have their hands kind of low. You'd say Bakoli's in that mold, but Bakoli, if he's fit, can have good output. Yeah, I mean, Opetaia Curly would be a good debut, but that's only because Curly was come up from cruiserweight, so yeah, it makes sense. Chris Howell's got them wide eyes. Bohachuk was supposed to fight Fundora before Thurman pulled out against Sue. Bohachuk would have KO'd Fundora clean. I think so. Absolute Boxing says, Dave Allen training Fisher is why I love this sport. Yeah, bro. Very good. All right, I'm going to concentrate on scoring this fight now. So if you want me to read your comment out real bad, then please do drop a super chat. I'll be sure to get back to it. Otherwise, I'll just pick up what I can. Here we go. Here we go. Big Eduardo Hearn in the corner. Got his Irish flag around his neck. God, Katie Taylor's career is ridiculous, isn't it? I'm actually just going to change my camera battery quickly because I've got to fear it's going to die while I'm filming. Hang on. There we go. Perfect. Whoa, why is that so dark? Holy shit. Let me fix that. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. Here we go. I'll start my clock at each beginning of each round, guys. If you want to sync the commentary to my commentary, sync the fight, sorry, to my commentary. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm quite excited, actually. And round one is underway. They both take center ring. Katie Taylor feinting with the lead hand. Serrano in the southpaw stance, of course, doing the same. Serrano's holding her feet right now. I mean, neither of them are feinting in range at all. They're feinting from out of range right now. It's a slow start from both of them. Nothing landed yet. Nothing even touching the guard so far. It's Katie Taylor on the front foot right now. They both seem quite apprehensive, actually. Serrano's feinting from miles out, actually. Just stopping Taylor coming into range, I suppose. It's a bit of a... I've never seen someone so obviously sort of jab and feint from that far out. Both miles out of range right now. 1-2 from Serrano is short. Everything's short so far. No one's landed a shot yet to even the guard. This is a very strange opening round. All these punches falling short. Neither of them want to step in yet. And I just wonder if they're both a bit apprehensive after how brutal the last one was. Yeah, it's super apprehensive from both of them. No one's stepping their feet all the way in at the moment. And keeping in mind, we've only got 40 seconds left in this round, and not a punch has landed from either woman. No one's going to win this round right now. Someone's got to gamble and try and land a couple of shots. I wonder if Katie Taylor might just try and blitz her before the end of the round. I mean, right now I'm scoring this round a draw because nothing's landed. Nothing missing. Nothing landing still. 15 seconds and nothing has landed in round one. 10 seconds to go. Nothing landed all round. That was such a dead opening round. That's a 10-10 round because no one landed a punch. That was nuts. What the hell? David, how can you give it 1-0 Katie? No one landed a punch. What the hell? David, how are you scoring that for Katie Taylor? No one scored. No one landed a punch. That was crazy. No, she didn't. When did she land a punch? Maybe she landed one when I blinked. I didn't see it. That was crazy. What the fuck was that? Oh, man. Anyway, round 2 coming up. We're underway. All right, Amanda Serrano comes out with a double jab. Another double jab from Serrano. Second one lands the guard. Katie Taylor lands one to the guard, which is obviously not a scoring shot. Serrano lands a backhand to the chest of Katie Taylor there. First clean punch, I guess, I've seen of the fight so far. Not really a scoring area, but... Well, I mean, it's scoring. It's scoring if you land to the chest, but it's not a particular area of damage. And they're both definitely looking to box their way early on here. They don't want to... You know, normally they sort of rush one another, these two, and it's not really like that. Serrano falling short with a straight left. Did Katie land a counter right there? I don't think she did. Serrano lunges him with the left. Again, sort of catches the chest, but mostly blocked. Double jab from Serrano, backhand, all falls short. Serrano lands a backhand there to I think it was the chest again of Taylor. I don't think it hit her on the chin. Serrano with a reverse 1-2 there. One of them half landed. Taylor fires her backhand to the guard. Taylor is finding it very difficult to find the range here. I mean, if people talk about scoring based on ring generalship, I think Taylor hit with a backhand there. Again, they've landed the same amount of punches so far this round, really. I'm just going to give it to Serrano from... I think she landed one more to the chest, but... Yeah, something like that, but... People don't seem too amused in the comments. Yeah, it's definitely a low-key affair so far. Which isn't that surprising when you've been in the ring, 3 times together already. Not all rivalries can be Pacquiao Marquez. Yeah, Carl, she's landing the straight left, but it's not super clean. It's like sort of to the chest. Better than nothing, but... And we're underway in round 3. Fair enough, David. I couldn't care less who wins this, I'll be honest with you. Serrano jab to the guard. Serrano backhand to the chest, but Taylor just takes a step back, doesn't land clean. Taylor with the backhand, but hits the gloves. 1-2 from Taylor to the gloves. Backhand to the body from Serrano, just falls short. I think Serrano landed a backhand to the chest there again. It's really hard to see where these are landing. Camera angle's a bit weird. Jab from Serrano, but kind of half blocked. Backhand from Taylor, half lands. Sort of not super clean. There you go. Backhand from Taylor. There we go. Double backhand. Serrano steps in and little flurry of punches on the inside from both. Nothing really clean. Not super clean or technical there. Just a bit of a blitz. That was better from Katie. 35 seconds to go. Puts Taylor heading around for me. That backhand she landed upstairs. Backhand from Taylor just misses there. Nice backhand from Katie there. That was a good counter shot. Serrano missed. And then another left counter from Taylor. Serrano stepped in with a couple of shots. Hard to see how clean they were. Taylor lands a left hook. Check hook on the way out. And I think that's Katie Taylor's round there. It's going to be close, this. Round 4 coming up. What are we thinking, people? When North versus Southpaw, a straight followed by a jab is very effective. Yeah, the reverse one too. Yeah, I agree, Josh. Round 1 was a 10-10. There was no punches landed. It was crazy. X-Man thinks Kate will be up on the judges' scorecards. Oh, round 4 is underway. I think Katie Taylor might have just been finding a rhythm at the end of that last round. Not inverted 1-2s, reverse 1-2s. Nothing clean landing so far. Nice body shot there from Katie Taylor. Straight right to the body, very fast, very sharp. Katie Taylor's doing the cleaner counter-punching as of the last 2 rounds. Another little jab there upstairs there from Taylor as she spins off at the angle. Then a left hook as she moves around. Little flurry finish with the left hook there. 1-2 to the guard. I think she can start to time Serrano because Serrano is throwing these 1-2s out into fresh air, especially the one to try and stop Taylor walking in. But when she brings it back, obviously she can't use her lead hand again. I think Serrano did land a little lead hand there, but nothing major. Misses the 1-2. Taylor with a backhand followed by a left hook. Didn't quite land clean. Serrano with a jab upstairs there. Left hook to the body from Taylor there. That was nice. Serrano with a jab upstairs. I got backhand to the body there from Katie Taylor was really good. Straight right to the body was real nice. Right hand upstairs from Katie Taylor. She's boxing real discipline here, actually. This is a really good round for Katie Taylor. Yeah, that was great from Katie Taylor, that round. Definitely a Katie Taylor round. Great round for Katie Taylor. Big up Miles Carey. How you doing, bro? Warwick Cunt says, what fight you watching? It's all 3 rounds to Taylor so far. Bro, if you think anyone won round 1, we got nothing to say to each other. No punches were landed in round 1. I thought Serrano won round 2, as you can see, and then 3 and 4 for Taylor. 202 thinks Serrano's far behind this contest. I think she's around behind. Easily bring it back. Oh, I need to change that on my scorecard. It's only 10 rounds, isn't it? Oh, well, we'll forget that for now. And we're underway. Round 5. These rounds go so fast just being 2 minutes, don't they? Backhand to the body there from Katie Taylor. Serrano's doing way too much with the lead hand. She is putting it out there when there's absolutely, hitting fresh air to stop Katie Taylor coming in. Nice backhand there from Katie Taylor up the middle. It's not fully effective, but it was good enough. Nice counter left hook from Katie Taylor there. And Taylor is counter-punching really, really nicely these last couple of rounds. Jab to the body there from Serrano. Double jab from Serrano, all misses. Backhand to the body there from Katie Taylor. Backhand there from Taylor. Backhand there from Serrano, a little bit low. Oh, left hook there from Taylor. Serrano throws back. They end up in a clinch. The clinch is broken and they resume. And Serrano is walking forward consistently now. She's trying to start to walk Taylor down. I think what we'll start probably seeing at some point, backhand from Taylor, is Taylor lunging in a little bit, and I think we'll start seeing some head clashes again. I won't be surprised to see some head clashes at all. Backhand to the body there from Serrano. Good work from Serrano. I think it's her round at the moment. Just for the body shots. Left hand upstairs from Serrano. It's close this round. Really close. Last 30 seconds are going to decide it. Little lead jab there from Taylor. Counter lead jab. 1-2 to the body from Serrano. Mostly blocked. Oh, backhand there from Taylor upstairs. Nice shot. 10 seconds to go. Oh, that might have edged it for Taylor there for me, that one. I think I'm going to edge that round to Katie Taylor, but that was close. That was very, very close. Just that backhand she landed that was clean upstairs. I thought that was a good shot. Very close. I wouldn't have a problem with someone giving that for Serrano, but I thought Taylor just edged it. Yeah, Taylor looks like she can keep on going, though. She still looks like she's got plenty in the tank, hey? Round 6 coming up. We're on the way. Jabs upstairs from Serrano, nothing landing clean. 1-2 from Katie Taylor. That backhand landed. That was nice, but it wasn't super clean, but it landed. Backhand from Taylor upstairs. Beautiful counter right hand. Super sharp. Taylor's doing a really good job of she's not moving too much. She's moving exactly the right amount, getting her feet in the right position, and she's timing Serrano. Serrano tries to get close. There's no way. The commentator's got Serrano up. I don't think there's any chance you could have Serrano. Backhand to the body from Serrano. Another backhand from Serrano. A little flurry from Katie Taylor there. None of it's really landing super clean, but... Body shot there from Serrano. Serrano coming forward still. Katie Taylor showing good head movement there. Pivoting round. Backhand from Taylor. Left hook from Taylor. Lovely. And moves off. Beautiful shot. Backhand from Serrano lands. That was a good shot from Serrano. But I got Katie Taylor up in this round right now. 30 seconds to go. Last 30 seconds could decide this, but I got Katie Taylor relatively comfortable in this round, although Serrano has landed a couple of decent shots herself. Backhand from Katie Taylor again there. Lovely. Katie ducks under Amanda Serrano's lead hook. I think Katie Taylor's got a range now as well. Like, Serrano's jabbing into the space, but Taylor's not moving. She's holding her feet because she knows that jab's not going to hit her. Katie Taylor just parries the backhand of Serrano. Jab there from Serrano. That's a Katie Taylor round for me. She landed the cleanest shots in that round. Serrano did have some success, but I thought Katie Taylor landed the better punches. Beautiful, crisp counter backhand as well landed there. It was lovely. Has anybody got Serrano up in the chat? Or even closer than what I've got? I've got it 59-56 right now for Taylor. Round 7 coming up. Everyone's got it the same as me, 59-56. I think David will have it slightly different because he gave round 1 to Katie Taylor. Round 7 coming up. We're underway. How on earth did the comms on Netflix have Serrano up? What a joke, man. I'm definitely going to do a reaction video to this because so many people... We'll see what happens. Serrano can still win on my card, but so many people after this will go by what the commentators say. Serrano throws a 1-2, completely misses. Katie Taylor with the counter right hand, hits the gloves. Katie Taylor with a little bruising underneath her right eye. Backhand to the body there from Taylor. Oh, counter right hand from Taylor just misses. Nothing really clean landing so far this round except for a body shot from Katie Taylor. Counter jab from Taylor lands there. Serrano steps in with the backhand there. Katie Taylor counts upstairs. Both not really landing super clean. Yeah, people are cheering. Serrano didn't land a single punch in that exchange there. Taylor dipped under it, moved around. They spun off. No, these commentators are doing my head in. They're saying, you can see this through whatever prism you want to see it through. No, you just see who scores the most punches. The most clean, effective punches. Body shot from Taylor there at the end of a combination. Lands. Backhand from Taylor's blocked. I can't stand these commentators that try and paint narratives that just aren't bloody there. Just call the fight. Shut up. Just call the fight. It's not hard. 1-2 from Taylor misses. Body shot from Serrano. Nice shot. Close. 15 seconds to go in the round. Oh, I can't tell who landed in that combination. I think Serrano landed a little bit there. I thought that was Taylor. I think because Taylor's round. Taylor edged that round again for me. The commentators have just said, interestingly, it's Katie Taylor that's landing more punches through 7 rounds. Yeah, it's not that bloody interesting. Just call the fight. Call the fight and you'll see that. Taylor round for me, but it was close. I could have given it to Serrano. Round 8 coming up. There have not been many swing rounds. I think I've had 2 swing rounds so far out of 7. I think the Netflix commentators will be biased if they are because it's a US... Well, she's not US, but she lives in America. I don't even know if she lives in America. She is fighting in America, Amanda Serrano, whereas Katie Taylor is very much not. So, yeah. 202 has got Taylor head by at least 3 rounds. I've got it 69-65 right now. Serrano needs both of these last 3 rounds. Sorry, she needs all 3 of these rounds, and she can't actually win it on my card without a knockout now. Oh, sugar. Where's my score? I'm slightly behind on my clock, but the round is underway. What's that last comment saying? Ardenas, Amanda's corner saying she's winning the fight. Bloody hell. That's stupid. That's just classic ignorance. Bias. Backhand from Taylor lands. Good shot. Upstairs. It was nice at the end of the combination. Jab. Amanda steps in with a backhand. It misses. Backhand to the body from Taylor. I think it was just a little short. Backhand upstairs. Misses from Taylor. Serrano continuing to pull that lead hand out. Backhand upstairs from Taylor. Serrano dips under it. Might have partially landed as she dipped down. Nothing really clean so far in this round. I've not got either of them ahead right now. Serrano tried to go downstairs. It was blocked. Serrano goes upstairs and downstairs. I think the downstairs might have half landed there. But Taylor's not really engaging this round. Backhand misses from Taylor. Serrano's doing a good job of getting ahead off the line now and making those backhands from Taylor miss. Those counter. Oh, good left hook there from Serrano. This is a Serrano round now. 35 seconds to go in the round, and Serrano is winning this round right now for me. To the body there from Serrano. Taylor looks a little bit tired this round, I have to say. She's definitely lowered her output a bit. She's missing the counters a bit. I think Serrano's found her timing with the slips. Backhand from Serrano misses. But this is Serrano's round right now with 18 seconds to go, unless Taylor can land a couple big shots. Backhand to the body there from Serrano. Taylor looks tired this round, guys, I have to say. She really does look tired here. She is slowing down. I really think... I don't know if people agree with me. Let me know in the comments, and I'll check during the break, but I think Katie Taylor's looking tired. Her mouth's open. That's the Serrano round for me. It was still not a landslide round, but she landed the cleaner punches that round. So Serrano round 8. She needs these last few rounds on my card to even, get close to a draw. Yeah, let me know, guys. What did you make of that one? Because I really thought that I thought Taylor looked tired. Please bang a like on the stream, by the way, guys. There's 60 odd people in here, only 20 likes. Definitely helps things. To be fair, that left hook I thought Serrano landed was actually on the glove. Round 9 coming up. Here we go. I think Serrano needs a knockout. On my scorecard, anyway. Lots of punches thrown here by Serrano again, but it's all short. Katie Taylor steps in there on the gloves, those shots. Counter left hook there from Katie Taylor. That was nice. She's kind of picked up the pace here again in round 9 a little bit. She looks like she's got a bit more spring on her step. I wonder if she was just taking a little bit of time off in that last round just to get her energy back. Because she seems to be a bit more aggressive this round, Katie. I wonder if her corner said to her, come out with a bit more aggression. Yeah, I thought that left hook landed last round as well, guys. Backhand to the body there from Serrano. It's on the chest, though. Backhand to the body from Taylor. I think it was part blocked. 45 seconds to go. I got Taylor edging this round right now. Backhand to the body from Katie Taylor. Left hook from Katie Taylor, I think just missed there. Right hand from Katie Taylor misses. Again, Serrano doing a good job getting it off the line. She's adjusted now, but there's not loads of clean punches from either of them landed. I just think Katie's landing a couple of punches clean more. There was a clean body shot there from Serrano, though. I still think Taylor's just slightly ahead in this round. But the pace of this one's not the same as the other fights. And understandably so, you don't want to go to the well every time, do you? Oh, nice backhand there. Lead hand there from Taylor. It was a reverse one, too. Taylor lands the lead. And then the jab there at the end of the round. I think Taylor won that round. I think this is a clear win for Katie Taylor right now, as long as nothing crazy happens. I think this is a trilogy win for Taylor. She's going to go 3-0 on my scorecard, as long as she can get through this last round. Speculation in the comments that Serrano's scared of head clashes, which is why she's not really pushing the matter. She could just be tired, man. Apparently, Jamie from Punch Perfect predicted a dodgy draw. If this is a draw, then it will be very, very dodgy. It's an easy fight to score for Katie Taylor for me. I don't think there's any comment. Don't listen to what the commentary says about it being what you like. It's not what you like. Round 10 coming up. Last round. You see what I mean about these fights, though? They are like amateur fights. Here we go. We're underway. Let's go. Last round. Serrano needs a knockout on my scorecard. Let's see if she goes for it. Backhand from Serrano. Looked like it was part block there. I reckon this one might be a bit more like the other fights. Taylor steps into the backhand. I think it was part blocked. Another backhand from Taylor doesn't quite land. Oh, nice backhand to the body there from Katie Taylor. That was lovely. That was a nice jab inside there from Taylor. She got him in between Amanda Serrano's 1-2 and landed that body jab. Another body right hand from Katie Taylor. This is Katie Taylor's round right now, comfortably. 1:20 to go in the round. Body backhand from Serrano. Left hook upstairs from Katie Taylor. Jab to the head from Katie Taylor. She's just doing a really good job of breaking up Serrano's attack in the middle of it with landing a jab, getting in and out quickly with those quick feet, quick hands. Backhand from Taylor, nice. She's had those hands low all fight. She's moving around on the back feet. Counter left hook there from Taylor. Oh, nice right hook, right hand, left hook from Katie Taylor lands to the head of Serrano. Beautiful. There's no robbing Katie Taylor here for me. If this is a robbery, it's an absolute disgrace. Because Katie Taylor's outboxed her comfortably for me. Like, real comfortably. "30 seconds to go in the round on my clock. And a clear Katie Taylor round in the 10th. And it will be a daylight robbery if Serrano gets this. Right hook to the head from Katie Taylor, part blocked. Finished with a left hook that dipped under. Serrano dipped under, sorry. Body shot from Serrano, that was good. Counter left hand to the body. 15 seconds to go. Katie Taylor with the right hand, just misses. Serrano with the backhand, just misses. Actually, it was the lead hand, sorry. Serrano stepping in. Backhand to the body from Serrano there. Left hook from Katie Taylor. Right hand from Katie Taylor. Little blitz at the end. And that's it. And Katie Taylor won that fight. Very, very comfortably. That was an easy win. Serrano winked to her and they had a hug. And there's zero chance for me that Serrano won that fight. Serrano looks confident, but she did not win that. 98-93 Katie Taylor on my scorecard. Let's see what we get on the judges' scorecards, and then I'll do a quick reaction video, and then I'm going to get on my weekend because I've got to go to a mate's leaving thing. The commentator just said, as the world waits to find out who won tonight, we all did. What? That was really normal. It was just a normal fight. Serrano's judgment of distance looked really, really bad tonight. I've not watched enough of her career to know if that's just how she is, but yeah, David's got 98-92, basically the same card. I think it was just that round one, wasn't it, by mate, where you thought that where Taylor took it. Anyone else got a scorecard that's a little bit different or a little bit interesting? There was a little head clash there, but I actually thought that was Serrano's fault. Stephen Body says, clear Taylor win. I agree, mate. It's pissing me off that the commentators are acting like this is a close fight. It's not a close fight. Andrew Manus says, feel bad for UK blokes that stayed up for this. Sexy Pig only gave Amanda 2 rounds. Ethan said 97-94 to Taylor, so only a round closer than mine. Sorry. Josh Byfield's got the same card as me as we wait for the announcement. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Serrano did a great job promoting this. Yes, Stephen, I did have Taylor winning the second fight. I don't remember how I scored it. I'd have to go back and look. Unofficial scorecards got it 95-95. Oh, boys and girls, if this gets given a draw or given to Amanda Serrano, you know I'm about to rip it up in the post-fight preview, in the post-fight review, sorry. You know I'm going to give it a bit of the old Henry passion, because I tell you what, I can't believe you can't score that 95-95. The best I could do would be 96-95, maybe. I don't see how you could have Amanda Serrano winning this fight. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 swing rounds in there that I thought were close-ish, but I still went with Taylor. This is just, you know, the way they're talking, it just feels like a bit of a PR exercise, this. Really, just impartial. making out like it's a closer spectacle than it is. I don't get what this weird narrative is around this fight. Why does it have to be a close fight? It could just be that someone won clearly. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. I swear down, man, if this is a draw or a Serrano decision, that's just mental. Here we go. $95, $95, a draw. Huh. 97, 93 on the other two judges' scorecards. The winner by majority decision is Katie Taylor. There you go. There you go. That was absolutely right. Good scorecards in the end from the other two judges, 97, 94. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Yeah, I mean, she won. She won. That 95-95 card was terrible. Katie fully deserved that. She goes 3-0 over Serrano in the trilogy, and she fully deserved it. She was brilliant tonight. Boxed really clean, really sharp. She was the clear winner. Yeah, well done, Katie Taylor. Brilliant. Katie Taylor's buzzing. Fully deserved that. No worries, JV. You don't have to thank me for anything. And if you do, send me some money when you do it. No, I'm joking. All right, I'm going to get off, guys. I'm going to film a quick reaction video, and then I'm going to go out and have some fun, because it's been a while. And then you'll see me tomorrow for Balanga against Shiraz, or tonight if you're in the UK. Guys, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for being with me, guys. A couple of the regulars in here. It was brilliant to have you. Really good chat. Good fun. Good to have you, King Carlos. You're a very welcome addition. No, stick around for the retirement speeches. I should probably listen, actually, to see if Taylor does retire before I do this video. I'll just wait a few minutes and see what she says, just in case she does retire. Nitin Thilligan, big up, mate. Thank you. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to say anything about retirement. All right, Katie Taylor's about to talk. Let's see what she says. All right, Carl. Noted for next time, mate. I'll try and remember that. Yeah, Katie Taylor's got a very breathy accent. I don't know where Mr. Grandy is. I've not seen him for a while, actually. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if anyone retires or anything, and then I'm going to get out of here. Taylor hasn't said anything about that yet. To be fair, Katie Taylor's feet looked really good in there tonight. She used her lateral movement really well. Didn't allow herself to get pinned in the corners. Didn't throw as many punches, so she probably had a bit more gas to actually do that. Well, Lampot, if you only had it 1 or 2 rounds different, it looks like don't think my scorecard's that interesting. I think it's pretty much the same. Amanda saying she tried to keep a distance and box in this fight. She doesn't know if she won, she says. Her team told her she was winning, they were incorrect. One idiot. All right, there's no talk of retirement. I'm going to get out of here. Guys, so thanks so much for being with me on this stream. There was just a small few of you tonight, but it was really, really good. And yeah, some great chat. Really nice. And I'll be on tomorrow. Well, tomorrow morning for me, tonight for you guys in the UK. Tomorrow daytime for the people in the US for Shiraz against Balanga. So cheers, guys. And I'll catch you on the post-fight video. Bye-bye.